Hello everyone and welcome to VGIW's training centre. We got some exciting stuff for you tonight. We are building up towards Hall of Glory and we've got a few new faces and a few returning faces that are getting themselves ready. First up, Kane Randleman is our trainer for this first match and is helping RCW's Cannonball. Cannonball, a fresh new signee, a rookie, but we talked about wrestlers who are big but agile before. We've talked about, like, say, the 7-foot giant, the monster. We've talked about, Kamau. But none of them have truly been on the size of this man right here. Cannonball is large, incredibly impactful. Look at this. Oh, my God. I believe the plan is that, he'll be showing up for RCW's Hall of Glory night, but also will be appearing in Canadian Destroyer promotions. I believe there's actually plans for a Herman's Retirement Tour match where we get the giant from each promotion. So it'll be, Mammoth representing VGIW, Herman representing Terrific Texas Wrestling, GHK will be represented by the Monster, Canadian Destroyer promotions will be represented by Cannonball. Oh man. Oh, right into the barricade, and Kitsune Kingdom will be represented by Untouchable in what will be known as a 1-ton rumble. Look at this. Cannonball. Oh my God. Cannonball is of a similar size to Teddy Grizzly Jones, yet while Teddy focuses on just being large and imposing, the Beast of Bedlam style, Cannonball likes to be able to catapult himself at his opponents. At high flying, while he may not be the most agile, he's extremely agile for someone of his size, and that can be extremely dangerous for his opponents. Look at that, they're throwing Kane Randleman. Back up, Kane ready to get back into this, but look at that, caught by Cannonball, who runs off. Oh, and what a cross body! 1, 2, and there's the kick out. Of course, if RCW should return to full-time, then, we'll see all these wrestlers and so much more. 1, 2, 3! And wow, impressive performance there. I think RCW's Cannonball has passed with flying colours, and I cannot wait to see what he'll be like in he performs at Hall of Glory. Remember, wins and losses do not matter in the training centre. They do not count in the training centre, but this is a good sign for Cannonball, who will no doubt be making a huge splash at Hall of Glory. Next up is the return of former Intercontinental Champion Wholesome Shaw, who is taking on the Teacher here in this one. Or the Guardian is what his actual name is, but look at this. This mysterious tutor is here to help out Wholesome Shaw. I've got word that Mark will be returning very soon to get back to training at the training centre. It's going to be very exciting times, and hopefully we'll be seeing Dennis Finch return before too long. Oh, nice suplex scoop slam there by Wholesome Shaw. Shaw at one point in time showed a great deal of promise, but he has had an extended leave, so we're hoping here that this is a good chance for Wholesome Shaw to get rid of any ring rust. Oh, look at this. The Guardian there with an arm drag. Oh, and there's an Enziguri caught. Wholesome Shaw manages to stay on his feet, though. And now, getting back to the outside. Oh, here we go. Grabbing the leg and driving it down on the outside. It's great to see Wholesome Shaw back to in-ring competition. Oh, face first into the side of the ring. And now an elbow drop to the midsection there, right across the chest. And now, those jabbing shots to the face. Gotta be wary of that count out, though. Right now, though, Wholesome Shaw absolutely in control over the Guardian. And now, count of 5. Guardian's back up once again. Oh, man. Here we go. Oh, big chop right there. Actually, a little out of character now, real quick. The Guardian was initially intended to be a thing for Kitsune Kingdom during the time when Scorpio Diablo had some, masked, henchman The idea was going to be that like a mysterious masked wrestler would, do it, and there'd be a big reveal and whatnot of who that was. But then I realised, wait, Mr. X is going to be coming back to Kitsune Kingdom. I don't need all this. So the Guardian, I'm just using the concept in the training centre, so it's not a complete waste. So the Guardian here, helping to be a trainer here. We don't know the identity of the Guardian, but clearly he's working hard to ensure that wrestlers like Wholesome Shaw, wipe off that ring rust. Here we go, Irish Whip. Of course, Wholesome Shaw, originating from OCW, good friends of the channel. Oh, what a clothesline! 1, 2, and there's a kick out. Oh, now look at this, springing up to the top rope. And an elbow drop, but it's dodged by the Guardian. Oh, and look at this. Oh my goodness, a small package looking DDT right there. And now, going for the arm here. Look at this, gonna go for a Kimura. But wait a minute, Wholesome Shaw, look at him go. I remember back in the day when him and Pierre, who were both rookies, fought for the Intercontinental title. That was a big moment right there. Both showed such great promise. And now Wholesome Shaw lands the elbow. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, this is great news for Wholesome Shaw. This might be his big return. Look at that, Wholesome Shaw either way, brimming with that confidence. Clearly happy to be back as he's about to make wrestling a whole lot more wholesome. We're moving on now. Dan Decker, in the meantime, is lending his services. You might as well call him Dan the Teacher Decker. And knowledgeable Dan Decker taking on Kaiser the Butcher, who is also back, getting off some of that ring rust here. Kaiser the Butcher, of course, a mainstay in GHK, has spent some time away, I believe, in protest to Theodore Cornwall. But now that he's heard Curtis Burton may be about to take over, is eyeing up a return. I guess if the Curtis match doesn't go the way he's hoping, though, he'll probably show up at like Kitsune Kingdom or something. Nice work here by Dan Decker. Now remember, the whole point, now, while wins and losses don't count in the training center, the whole idea is that the trainers are going to put you through your paces. It's a trial by fire because, the trainers want to see the skills you've been learning. Obviously, the training center has a lot going on. It has a gym. It has everything you could want. The trainers will give, tutoring sessions. But what you get to see is basically, essentially, almost like a final exam type of thing, where it's a trial by fire to see how these wrestlers will do when push comes to shove. It's great for rookies because it gives them a chance to see what it'll be like when push comes to shove, and that they have what it'll be like when they really get put to the test to see if they're on that next level. For wrestlers like Kaiser and Shaw, who are burning off that ring rust, that gives them a chance to show that they're still at the level, and that they can bounce right back. And for legends who have been in the business for a long time, as the meta continues to shift, as standards continue to change, they can show that they still have what it takes to fight at those levels. And right now, that's why we always like to have a variety of trainers with different skills about them. We have veterans like Ms. Joyce Monroe and Dan Decker who can, showcase, who have that in-ring knowledge, wrestlers really. Oh, look at that, going for an ankle lock here. You've got the likes of Boris Monroe and Mark, two wrestlers who have engaged in martial arts. With Boris, his MMA style means that he can knock you out at the slightest provocation. Look at this, by the way. Wow! Oh my goodness! And Mark can twist you up like a pretzel, which kind of forces you to, test your wits about you, because, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get caught. Oh, look at this, figure eight! And that makes, Mark especially has been proven to be a deceptively difficult challenge. His small size makes him hard to get a hold of, and Mark can twist you up in more holes than you can even think of. It's made Mark pretty, like, maybe one of the toughest tutors in the training center. And then, of course, you got people like the Lizard King Venom, who is almost like a punching bag of sorts. You know, obviously, like, Venom, his whole thing is you can throw everything and the kitchen sink at the Lizard King, and he'll get right back up. It's a great way to test how powerful your offense truly is. You know, you go up against Mark and Boris because you want to test your reflexes, but also because you want to test how hard you are. You fight Venom because you want to find out how tough your slams are, how tough your strikes are. Then you fight people like Dan Decker and Kane Randleman because you want to see how great your wrestling ability is. And for Kaiser, it looks like this time around he's got a few more notes to take, but I'd say he still did pretty well nonetheless. But for Kaiser the Butcher, there's clearly still some notes to take if he's going to be making his grand return to professional wrestling. But I believe that Kaiser absolutely will be at that level again. That's the whole point of the training center. It's a place where wins and losses don't matter, so you're allowed to make these kinds of mistakes before it gets too important. Time for the final match tonight. This one, we have two new wrestlers in this one. I believe their names are Pepper and Tyler Grimm. And there's a tag right there, and they are in an intergender tag team match, fighting against Boris Monroe and his mother-in-law, Ms. Joyce Monroe. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh! Great stuff right now. Boris there stomping on the arm. But there you see Tyler Grimm fighting back. You got two rookies, basically, two professional wrestling showcasing their abilities here. Again, all these wrestlers that you've been seeing tonight taking on the trainers are people who originate from OCW, Outrage Combat Wrestling, great friends of the channel. Oh, did you see that? Tried to fly high. This is why Boris Monroe is his own sort of challenge, because you've got to keep your wits about you, otherwise he will absolutely lay you out. Oh, look at that. Great work there by Tyler Grimm. Catching Boris in a way that he couldn't quickly, react to by flying high. It didn't get him down with the first one, so he did a second one. 1, 2, and there's a kick out right there. And now bringing Boris Monroe back up to his feet here. Stiff kicks there, trying to topple Boris, but Boris seems... Oh, wow. It's going to take a lot to take Boris out, that's for damn sure. And now setting up Boris in the tree of woe. Oh, and a tag! Looks like it's going to be Pepper's turn now, taking on multi-time world champion, I believe a 14-time world champion in Ms. Joyce Monroe. Oh, and look at this. Oh, excellent work there. But the experience difference there is quite substantial. But Pepper's still youthful, got a lot of energy, as you can see. And able to react extremely quickly. Lovely chop there. And now off against the ropes. Oh, driving down Ms. Joyce Monroe. Driving the head into the ring mat. And now Pepper Grimm against the ropes here. Oh, driving down Ms. Joyce Monroe again. But Ms. Joyce Monroe getting back up. It's going to take more than that to take out the veteran, the legend of this business. Ms. Joyce Monroe is one of these people who has defied her age. She's been at the top of this business for decades at this point. Remember, her latest world title reign wasn't even that long ago. It was like a year or two ago when she became VGIW World Champion. Oh, look at that. Face first. She's been winning world titles for decades at this point. There we go. Tagging in Tyler Grimm, who rushes at Boris Monroe, catching him off guard there. And now, in comes Boris Monroe, though. Oh, God! Smacking the taste out of his mouth. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Oh, this is why you have to be wary fighting Boris. But Pepper Grimm breaking it up and making a quick escape has just earned Tyler an extra chance here. But right now, he is shaking the cobwebs out, and let me tell you, if he's trying to shake the cobwebs out, Boris Monroe will happily move in a bunch more spiders in there. Look at that! Oh my goodness, now going to go for Snake Eyes. Oh my goodness! Oh my god. Tyler needs to shake up those cobwebs quickly, and based on his attire, he's got a lot of cobwebs to shake. Oh, what a lariat! And another tag now. And look at that, Tyler Grimm is struggling right now. Oh, now it looks like it's Ms. Joyce Monroe's turn to take out Pepper Grimm. This is, keep in mind that this is two rookies taking on two members of the Monroe family. This isn't going to be easy. Wait a minute, look at this. A knee strike and a lariat. No way has she just turned this around for the Grimms. 1, 2, and as Joyce Monroe kicks out. But that was a hell of a maneuver. Oh, off against, and driving down with a coffin drop. Going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And Ms. Joyce Monroe pinned by Pepper Grimm. And despite the ending results for Tyler Grimm, I gotta say, they both were incredibly impressive here. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the VGIW Training Center. Clearly, there's some exciting talents coming from Hall of Glory and onward. Be sure to check out CW and subscribe here to the VGIW channel, because Hall of Glory is right around the corner.